What is up, Need for Speed racers? It's your wheelman, Alex Cornnut, and I'm here with a B-Class Ferrari Testarossa. We have come upon the title of the socially acceptable Pista, which I think is hilarious. It's really fast. It doesn't belong anywhere in B-Class. It's one of the funner cars to drive. It's not super crazy like S-Class performance of the Pista, but it is very fast. It's very stable. I've beaten some Pistas in it, let's just put it that way. And this car is really close to it in skill. I've got two similar methods of building this car at the top end. So stay tuned. I drive manual now, so all of my tunes are really tailored towards that, but I've got a build version of this that is similar in almost every way for you automatic players. So stay tuned, kind of pay attention to the changes as I go through them. Thank you so much for hanging out. And I've also, at the end of this video, there is a gentleman, child, copycat, somebody. I don't know how old he is, but he's been tuning into my streams, watching what cars I drive, and then he goes and makes content based on that before I have a chance to upload it. I was going to upload this video today with some gameplay, but because someone else is releasing videos based on what they think they can do, I'm going to release it a little sooner without the gameplay footage of this car, so you'll just have to trust me, but I haven't given you a bad build yet, so trust, just trust. Let's dig right into it right now. So we're running the Ferrari Testarossa 1984 B-Class 159. All of that being said, for the engine on this build, we are running the 4.9 liter V8, so all the way to the left, basic engine. For your parts, this is the important part. You can't deviate from these parts. You need to run the Sport induction, you need to run the Super ECU, basic fuel system, basic exhaust. From there, the original version that I run of this car, and I'll show you the alternate in a moment, is the screw supercharger. We are running Pro Nitrous. We are running Elite Road suspension. We are running just sport brakes. We are running Elite grip tires. This car needs the grip, you guys. It's a slidey boy without it. It's got a lot of power. From there, we're running just the sport clutch. We are running the 4-speed transmission, so make sure you put the 4-speed in there, you guys. And we are running the Elite differential. Auxiliary, up to you. I run grip, I run near miss. For handling, slider all the way to the grip side, 100% grip. Steering sensitivity, I'm running this one a little higher. It is a little slow to turn in, so a little bit higher steering sensitivity, got it to turn in a little faster. Downforce, high for me. You can run this slider anywhere. It stays in the class. Play with it as you will. If you have a preference, do that. I think it needs the downforce, so go ahead. Traction control off, drift entry is off. What that gives you with the build 1 is 596 horsepower, 724 on the torque. Quarter mile, 11.8. Top speed is 124. While driving this car, if you're using our Redline tech that Dustin's developed, that'll get you up to about 133. So the car's got plenty of top end. It goes just fine. You shouldn't get beat by anybody in B-Class if you're driving this car, unless it's a Pista, and most of the Pista drivers don't have the skill level yet. So try it out, you guys. That being said, you can deviate from this build a little bit. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So the screw supercharger is really good for the low-end torque. If you are a manual driver like myself, you can launch in 2nd or 3rd gear. If you're launching in a higher gear, you don't need so much of the torque because you're using your super boost off the line to accelerate very quickly, and then you can use your nitrous to go all the way up. So if you go from the screw supercharger down to the centrifugal supercharger, you lose 8 points. Well, those 8 points, you can come over here and you can upgrade your nitrous to super, and you can come over here and you can upgrade your clutch to elite. So if you're an automatic player, you might try this. I don't know if it'll be better for you or not. It's kind of personal preference at that point. But by having the elite clutch, it's going to make the shifts a little smoother for you. But there's only 4 gears in the car, so you know, you're not really maximizing the clutch too much. You could go a couple steps down on the clutch. I think you could do a pro clutch with probably the elite nitrous. Yeah, pro clutch, elite NOS. So just try that out. You can swap between the centrifugal and the screw. What that'll do for you is the screw supercharger gives you a little less on the horsepower side of things. So you lose about 19 or 20 there, but you do gain more torque. And look what it does to the quarter mile in this car. I mean, you're taking a lot off by switching from centrifugal over to the screw supercharger. So try both builds, see which one you like. I mean, at that point, you're already here. We're talking the difference of like 50 grand, maybe 80 grand if you're buying all the other nitrous and clutch parts and stuff. So if you're curious about it, there's a couple different ways to build this car once you're here. But the basic formula is you've got to have these first 4 parts set up correctly with the right parts over here, so that way you can dip it into the right class. I mean, if you come over here and you change the fuel system at all, it puts it right to A+, so it takes it right out of the class. So that being said, I've been running it with the Super. I think the centrifugal is pretty good. So you do whatever you think is best for yourself. If you're not good at the redline tech and you're playing automatic, this is probably a little more optimal for yourself. Just try it, see what you think. For now, I'll just kind of leave the build like that. I am going to link a video down in the comments of the person that has been watching my streams and decided they wanted to do a copycat build. Look at the horsepower and the torque figures on this person's version of this car. There's a reason that I don't just drop every build video for every car that I have, because I'm still working on them. It takes me a few days of buying lots of parts, rotating through them, trying different motors, trying different stuff, to finally hone in on what is truly the most optimal build that I can find. There's other optimal builds out there that other people can acquire and find. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the best, but there is a big skill gap in the build abilities of somebody that's been doing this since the game's launch and treats this as a very serious hobby, as opposed to somebody that's just a kid on their Xbox. So check it out. Maybe go over. I hate to give views to people that are just ripping off my content, but I do want you guys to see the difference between the upper echelon of what building looks like and somebody that's just starting out that's trying to rip off content. There is no replacement for skill, and there's no replacement for knowledge, and I think that I'm showing you that here. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Don't mean to drop the drama on you, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of people in this space that are trying to break in by taking others' content, and if you're going to copy my homework, let me get my homework out first before you go and you make something inferior, because I'm dropping A papers and you're out here getting a D-. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out, guys. I'm Alex, Coordinate, your wheelman. You have a great rest of your day. Build this Ferrari, have some fun with it. Bye-bye.